Andre the Giant, and today I'm breaking down the biggest man in the tourney. First up, Isaiah Austin from Baylor, 7'1", 220. Too skinny, no good. They lose. Next, 7 foot, 235 pound, Caleb Tarazowski, Pterodactyl. I'll forget it. They lose. And then the biggest of them all, my favorite, Sam Bular from New Mexico State. This guy is 7 foot 5 inches, a real man, a 360-pound titan. I think they beat San Diego State and go all the way. Finally, the biggest of all, the box score starts right now.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple: C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Howard Coward for box score.
Welcome to the box score. I think Andre's on to something. If you can't pronounce a name, they're done. That's why I like the easy ones like Wiggins and Embiid. All right. Paulie, what's your strategy to filling out the perfect bracket?
Don't think. If I tried to break down the teams, I was looking at my bracket this morning, and I'm looking at the UCLA-Tulsa game. I've never seen either UCLA or Tulsa play this year, and I'm trying to reason why I pick one or the other. So it's based on nothing. So just go fast and turn it in.
Flip a coin, I say. Well, DP talked about filling out his bracket, then Seton chimed in with this unique strategy. Let's see what that is.
It seems like every year there's the Colorado-Pittsburgh 8-9 game. And I go, I have no idea. So I just started, I scribbled down real quickly. And what I hope to do is forget who I picked, therefore I can watch a game and not really know. Yeah, Seton.
Like I picked North Dakota State to beat Oklahoma because Paul wears their shirts all the time.
Yeah, I have a Bison. I just pulled out the North Dakota State, the Bison shirt that I have.
Oh, yeah, they're going to win. Paulie wears that shirt all the time.
Yeah, they got to be good.
Yeah.
That means that could not mean less towards their chances, but it's a reason in his head. I picked Providence because their coach Ed Cooley used to coach down here at Fairfield. I met him in a bar once and he said hello to me for 2 seconds. So for that reason, I think they're going to win.
Equally as useless as my strategy.
Couldn't be more useless.
Paulie, you're going to start wearing certain shirts to influence everyone's picks next year?
Yes, I'm going to use teams that don't actually have a basketball team. You know, I'll wear a shirt that just like a football school with no basketball team.
Okay, so with the tourney underway, it's time to find out who you got going to the Final Four and taking home the NCAA title. McLovin, let's start with you.
I have Florida, Michigan State, Arizona, and Louisville in the Final Four. Then I have Florida beating Louisville in the most chalk bracket of all time.
Oh, my goodness.
I've got Florida, Michigan State on one side, Wisconsin, Louisville on the other. Florida beating Louisville 73-68.
Yeah, really risky here, too. I got Florida, Michigan State, Arizona, Louisville, Florida over Arizona. Not risky at all.
Man, my picks are exactly the same as Andrew's. I've got Florida, Arizona, Michigan State, Louisville, with Florida beating Louisville 75-72.
Well, you guys are going all Florida. I'm going all Kansas, which would be Kansas State,
Shocker.
Wichita
Shocker. It's like
State,
a theme show the past 2 days.
and Coffeyville, Kansas JUCO. And I have the Pittsburgh Mighty Gorillas losing in the Sweet 16. Okay, I don't plan on winning my pool, by the way. Paulie, who's the boss picking to go to the Final Four?
Well, Dan was about to pick, I think he was going to go Florida, Arizona in the national title game, and they came in here and ran the picks by us. And he said, I'm thinking about going Michigan over Michigan State to win the whole thing. We're like, whoa, that's pretty risky. That's kind of out there compared to most people. And I think he likes the upside of Michigan over Michigan State in the final game.
An interesting pick by the boss for sure. So we asked DP what made him take both Michigan schools to go all the way to the championship game.
I have no idea. None. I started filling out the bracket, and then I realized there's 8 teams that can win the championship. So I kept pushing them closer and closer, and then all of a sudden you go, Florida, Arizona for the national title? That's boring. 1 versus 1. And then I had Michigan, Michigan State as the other 2 teams in the Final Four, and I said, I'm going to flip it. Michigan, Michigan State. And then everybody's got Michigan State winning, so I thought I'll have Michigan beating Michigan State. So they get to go back to the championship game, and they get to avenge the loss in the national title game. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I mean, this is what happens. You get to that final game or your final four, and you're like, wow, how did I end up with these teams left? But I think that Dan's strategy here is especially interesting because he's sort of splitting the great state of Michigan in half in terms of our listeners and viewers, in that half of the state is going to love him and half of the state is going to hate him based on who he picked. So I'm guessing he's huge with the Wolverines right now, but the Spartans are pissed.
Which is weird for an Ohio guy.
Well, yeah, they call that splitting the mitten up there. McLovin, do you think DP's making a calculated gamble with his picks?
Yeah, now here's the problem. You know, Dan is the voice of the show. If he gets it right, the entire show looks brilliant. But this is a big risk, and since everybody went chalk, he could be in last place at the end of this by that risk, and he's not going to want to talk about the brackets. You know, we'll be 2 weeks in. He'll just take a piece of paper and throw it and be like, I don't want to talk about this stupid bracket.
Well, if you remember, guys, I think it was 5 years ago, Dan wouldn't do a bracket.
Yeah.
And we had to talk him into doing one.
Yeah.
And we had to come up with a celebrity contest because the only thing Dan likes more than winning is hanging out with celebrities. And so we came up with a celebrity bracket contest. He jumped in reluctantly, and he's still reluctant every year.
All right,
I
well,
like it. It's brave, different, unique, and he can't. It's a no-lose situation because if he wins, it's amazing that he went with two Michigan schools going against each other. If not, then he can just chalk it up to that he wanted to be different and not pick go with the chalk and pick what everyone else was picking. So I think it was well played by him.
Fritzy, who are some of the celebrities participating in the DP Show Bracket Challenge?
We've got Jerry Ferrara, Adam Sandler, Adam Carolla, Kevin Connolly, John Smoltz. Who am I leaving out? I know there's
Not a lot of ladies this year. I noticed an absence of ladies. Usually Fritzy takes care of the ladies.
Brooklyn Decker said she'd be in it and then flaked.
Yeah,
typical supermodel.
Now, here's the thing. We talked about this the other day, Broccoli. Fritzy was in charge of signing the ladies up for this contest. None signed up. Could his creepy behavior be catching up to him and thus affecting us?
We might have been better off if we had one of the other guys, one of the other Danettes, reach out to the ladies, because as soon as they see my email or recognize the phone number, it's like, I'd make the picks, but I think maybe I'll sit this one out. Somehow something bad is going to happen if I agree to this. So that's unfortunate. But Brooklyn is, she's a little late to the party. We'd still accept it at this point because we love her that much if she can somehow get it in the next hour or so.
Well, I mean,
that's actually not true.
Does this make the chances of getting any hot chick on the show absolutely an impossibility from here on out, Fritzy?
I don't think so. I'm holding out hope, and reputation aside, still deep down, just a nice Jewish boy from Brooklyn that's looking for an inappropriate, lengthy hug. But
this is not going to help.
When push comes to shove, I'm relatively harmless. My bark is much worse than my bite.
Fritzy pretty much offends all the swimsuit models, but new swimsuit models come in, so we say the same age, and what is it? We keep getting older, and they say the same age. What's the Matthew McConaughey line from Dazed and Confused?
Yeah, when you meet somebody for the first time and you kind of pinch their rear end, that's probably a little over the top, and I need to scale that back a little bit if we want to have females on the show going forward.
Well, I would guess so. Don't pinch anyone on the butt. Okay, guys, stay right there. Coming up, we'll see which Danette is going back to school. But first, are your kids keeping you from watching the tournament? Here's a little something from the archives that might help.
Hi, I'm Dan Patrick, semi-well-known sort of radio host. Every year at this time, I get the same question. Hey, Dan, I'd like to watch more March Madness, but I can't because the kids won't go to sleep. Well, I have something for you. It's the Swisher. Just tap little Danny on the head to activate the soothing sounds of the Swisher. Within seconds, your little angel will be in a Swisher slumber. Night-night, the Swisher. Swishalicious.
Thanks, Dan Patrick. Now I don't have to try so hard as a father.
It worked for them, and it can work for you. It's the Swisher, where you always have the home court advantage. This product is not scientifically proven to make your child go to sleep.
couldn't have been more unprepared coming out of high school and looking at college. I was going to college to be a history teacher. Like, I have no idea why. The last thing I wanted to do was stay in school. I'm not saying that kids, you shouldn't stay in school. I'm just saying that you need to make sure that you're prepared for your future and have some direction that you want to go in, because I had absolutely none.
Welcome back to the Box Score. Yesterday, the SATs, for reasons I can't understand, were a big topic on the show. After the show, Seton tweeted out a picture to his Instagram. It's a welcome back letter, correct, to the that academic juggernaut, West Virginia. Seton, are you giving college a second chance?
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna take one class this summer to sort of ease back into things, and then begin that long climb up the just dozens of credits that I need to get my degree.
One question there, Brock, on the semantics of what you just said. Are you giving them a second chance, or are they giving you a second chance?
Well, I think at this point, West Virginia, it's sort of like bygones. Like, hey, it's been a lot of time passed. I don't have any of the sanctions placed on me that I had about 15 years ago, or maybe it's been 18. Or
Statute of limitations?
Oh, dude, I would have had to live in a special dorm. I think I would have had a curfew. It was trouble. But now they're like, listen, kid, you get back in here, give it another shot, and we'll allow you. So.
They're out there to raise money. Okay, McLovin, would you offer him any tutoring sessions?
Oh, sure. I'm not sure what Seton's going to study, but it does strike me as a little weird, because I think you're a communications major. Seton told me you could, in a way, teach many of the things that are going on in this communications class. You probably know more than the books.
Well, that's actually why I'm sort of stoked about this, is that in my head, I should breeze right through a lot of this, because I've sort of lived it already.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, I really am interested in this. I found it really cool, and I want to do more. I think we should give Seton a little time off. Maybe send a camera crew down there, send him through freshman orientation again, because I'm sure he doesn't remember a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Send him through Rush with the fraternity system. At the rec, man, you running through the quad with your little T-shirt.
I think
that'd be great.
Shave it up a little bit.
Seton gets to go into a fraternity. We should all go, like old school
parties.
Can we be in a frat? Yes. And forget West Virginia. Like, do it around here locally.
I want to hang out at a couple of
I
parties.
said we do a month
at least.
down in Morgantown. Bring the show to Morgantown, and let Seton get the college experience again that he may have missed or forgotten about.
Yeah. Oh, God, would I love that.
Co-ed action.
And let me get the experience of going to a school that actually has cute women.
Well, not the Dartmouth hockey team, ladies hockey team, that is. National champion Dartmouth ladies hockey team.
Several-time
Fritzy,
national
as long as
champion.
we're talking about depravity, we need to maybe ask you for some tips for the young men out there going to college to pick up the lovely co-eds.
And you'd have to hide whatever creepiness you may have initially. Be very, forthcoming, thoughtful. Ask to hold their books, hold the door open for them. Be generous, caring. Look like you're really paying attention to what they're saying, even though you're undressing them with your eyes. And just be really sweet and just start out being a friend, and then you start stepping it up a little bit. You make a little off-color, off-handed comments. See how receptive they are to that. 9 out of 10 times you may get slapped, but that 10th time can be.
You just walk your way right into the friend zone, pal.
Yeah.
That's
All
never gonna work.
You went from the friend zone to the perv zone.
Never gonna work.
Okay, speaking of co-eds,
That's what I would do.
It looks like Fritzy may have had a few on his mind here. This is during an interview. The boss asked you on your way to the yeah, but what are you thinking about here, Fritzy?
Staring.
I'm not sure what was going on there. I might have been planning my Google search for some of the the busty ladies to go off of Johnny Manziel. Every time the word, is this one a bus? Is that one a bus? Is Johnny Manziel a bus? I was probably thinking about voluptuous women and keeping myself under control and making sure the desk didn't move.
Well, it's been said that a man thinks about sex every 13 seconds. Looks like you're on a 7-second pace there, Fritzy. Todd, you were so consumed by the ladies. You went into the box and came up with the biggest bust poll question. Let's see what your choices were.
We were talking about biggest bust off Merrill Hodge, saying that Johnny Manziel, predicting him to be a big bust in the National Football League, which got me to cutting and pasting various photos of some of my favorite voluptuous women. Next to Johnny Manziel, I put Dolly Parton in there, Kate Upton, Raquel Welch I threw in there, Christina Hendricks, the lovely Mad Men young lady with the auburn hair, Sofia Vergara, of course. I left out Victoria Principal, Fergie, I guess you can throw in since we have an actual bust in the man cave of her, and many others to choose from. Feel free to write in your thoughts, your votes, but I think this is a much more exciting poll question. Of that group, Sofia Vergara is still at the top, but a very close second would be Christina Hendricks. So, I enjoy Mad Men, and whenever she pops out on the screen, so to speak, there's something sexy about Christina Hendricks. So she's right there behind Sofia from Modern Family.
Okay, all right, guys. Stay where you're at. Coming up, a little exercise in teamwork as we play one of our favorite games here on the Box Score. Welcome back to the Box Score. The NCAA tournament is all about teamwork, and we want to see how you guys work as a team. So it's time to play.
Know your role.
Okay, you guys all have your share of embarrassing moments in the man cave, but it's time to find out which one is the most embarrassing. Starting with the back row, McLovin, what do you think Fritzy said was his most embarrassing moment?
I think when he had to wear the Dallas Mavericks jersey and no underwear.
Let's hope that's not it. Let's see if you're right.
Most embarrassing moment on the show was probably getting busted, kind of looking up Chrissy Teigen's little Santa skirt, pretending that I was helping to put different lights and ornaments on the Christmas tree, but everybody blatantly knew that the only reason I was in there was to get an extra peek at Chrissy.
Wrong. Fritzy, have you been caught in this situation before?
There have been a couple of moments which I'd rather not get into too
Most
much.
embarrassing or most illegal moment?
But there is some couple of restraining orders out there, and I'm just trying to respect the legal process.
12-year-old
but I'm
Todd
not
Fritz
talking
with
about
mirrors on the top of his shoes.
They don't install them.
Okay, on to the front row. Paulie, what was Seaton's most embarrassing man cave moment?
This is tough because I don't think he's a guy who gets embarrassed. He's gone outside in his underwear before. He's had the thing. I want to say like something he screwed up. I don't know if he's embarrassed about that because we all make mistakes. I guess I'm going to say ordering coffee in his underwear because it's gutsy and it was fun and it worked out well. But at the moment, it's got to be embarrassing.
All right, again, let's see what he said. Hope this isn't right.
The only thing that I'm a little embarrassed about, actually a lot embarrassed about, I'm kind of mildly horrified, was punching Jeremy Roenick in the face. That was horrible. I can't believe I did that. And every time I see it, I'm like, why did I do that? I punched like a legend in the face. I shouldn't have done that.
Paulie, you were wrong. Sorry, bud. Seaton, how hard did you hit
Roenick?
Roenick?
I'm real proud of him there.
Yeah, I gave him a little bit. I went like 50% on him, and I really shouldn't have done that. That's horrifying. Why did I do that to that man?
Okay, you could have knocked him out. All right, back to the back row. Fritzy, this one should be easy. McLovin's most embarrassing moment is.
Yeah, part of me was thinking about the short shorts when he was wearing his Dartmouth basketball jersey, but I'm going to have to go with the basketball to the face, spinning on the finger. I can't imagine anything other than that.
Here's McLovin's answer.
I'm going to go with breaking the glasses because it's brought up the most. I mean, people stop me on the street and say, hey, you're the doofus who broke your glasses. So I'm going to have to go with that because it's so historic.
Oh, you were right. You were right. McLovin, do you think you'll ever try spinning a basketball in the box again?
Nah, Dan was talking about it as a punishment because, as you know, I had to pay $459 retail for these. They are also Oliver Peoples, so I can't afford to break them.
Okay.
That high five should be your most embarrassing moment.
High five it up again.
Yeah, baby.
The woo isn't helping.
All right, front row, back to you. Seaton, what's Paulie's most embarrassing moment?
Man, I gotta tell you, I have an absolute blank on this. I couldn't even begin to think of one. Paul's embarrassing moments, though, are usually like things like, so anyway, I had just gotten this new Corvette and I tripped getting out of the car. Like, it's sort of cool, actually, but then there's like this one mildly embarrassing moment about it. So the only thing that jumps out at me, which wasn't really embarrassing, was when he shaved the lightning bolt in the back of his head, and he wore that around for like 2 weeks. I'm gonna say that.
Okay, good guess. Let's see what Paulie said.
I've yet to have one.
Sorry, you were wrong. Wow, Paulie, do you think you'll ever have an embarrassing
You're
moment?
almost right.
I feel like that's a trick question.
Embarrassing moment, yeah. I do. Just, I guess I get embarrassed sometimes. You know what? My embarrassing moments is when I screw up. When I screw up and put Dan, and I guess it's not a shtick or a bit, but when I mess up and it puts Dan in a bad light and nobody knows it's me, I get like sick to my stomach when I put Dan in a bad light on national TV and radio. I don't know something specific, but that's when I get embarrassed, but more like ashamed embarrassed.
Okay. Well, I think the winner was the back row. Good job. Well played. Well played. And there we go.
There's another one.
There's yet another embarrassing moment. Okay, guys, stay where you're at. Coming up, we'll wrap it up here on the Box Score with a preview of what NBA jerseys could look like in the near future.
This will be the version 1 of NBA jerseys.
So the Buffalo Wild Wing Lakers?
Right. You still have the Lakers and the NBA logo. See this, and then like the Premier League, then Lakers is gone, and it's this with this. So this will be version 1.
I like that.
Still kind of close. The number's not there, but then more focus on the advertisement. Which one could you deal with?
Neither.
Neither.
No.
Touchscreen's good.
Welcome back to the Box Score here at the Box Score Bar. You just saw a concept of Paulie's of the Buffalo Wild Wing Lakers jersey. Paulie, where'd that come from?
2 days doctored one of them, and Dan Levy, he's a sports writer, he sent me another one, and we put them together and had a little fun.
Okay. Well, so throughout the show, you guys came up with a few sponsors for some popular teams. Let's hear the best of the best. Seton, what do you got?
My favorite one actually never made it to air, but it would be that the Mardi Gras would now sponsor the New Orleans franchise, and they would have to change their name from the Pelicans to the Pericans. Pericans.
I'm sure those teams.
Okay.
Let's go around. Let's go
This
around.
thing on? Hello.
All right, mine is what did also to make air, the USC Trojans. Enough said. My least favorite is the Denver McNuggets that Fritzy came up with.
My best was the Brooklyn Nets flicks that was from Mr. Bill Wagner in Los Angeles, one of our esteemed producers. I thought that was clever, Brooklyn Nets flicks. Worst, I'm going to go with McLovin, based especially on the reaction that Denver McNuggets for some reason did not go well.
I had one, Broccoli, and I didn't use it because I thought it was going to completely bomb. The Dallas Mavericks Cold and Flu.
Wow.
Which I didn't think would play well on air, and it didn't play well right here, so I kept it to myself. Dallas Mavericks.
Maybe a Vapo Rub situation.
Yeah, Dallas Mavericks Cold and Flu rub.
I'm sure those teams are hitting the phones trying to lock up those deals. Let's get to it. Fritzy, who's on tomorrow?
Mr. Douglas Michael Gottlieb of CBS and
One
Turner
guest.
Sports is our sole guest for the Friday edition. We will continue to work on some other things, but you can bet that Doug Gottlieb will lead us off on Friday.
Okay.
Michael even his middle name.
Thanks
It
for
is
watching the
actually
Box Score.
checked
Tune in
out.
weekdays at
Douglas
3
Michael
p.m. Eastern, only on Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Mabuhay.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Hey, thanks for watching the Box Score. Holy cow!